literally kneeing and cheap shotting C in the throat. Like, if she did that to any of our teammates, we'd be pissed. But like, they're definitely targeting her, and the league and the refs do not.
The internet is not a real place. So I think when you treat the internet like a real place, that's when you get everybody like, oh my God. But it's like, bro, you don't know these people in real life. Like, just press the block button, bro. Just press the block button and then move on. Like,
thinking about the suspension, if that's what they felt was necessary in that moment, then so be it. But I think there's a lot of other plays that you can say the same about. I think the biggest thing is, it's just about our safety. We're so concerned about the safety on the court, but time and time again, we're having people threatening our lives, leaking addresses out there, putting crazy pictures that have nothing to do with basketball. So at some point, the league needs to put a stand on it. They came out with no hate speech, but I mean, what is that going to do? At some point, time and time again, players are going through this, and the league remains silent. So I'm sick and tired of it, and it's time for them to step up and have our backs in this instance.
What is happening in the WNBA right now has gone far beyond normal basketball. It is turning into something that feels completely out of control. A growing belief is that Caitlin Clark, the league's biggest draw and top revenue driver, is being targeted on purpose. Many fans feel the level of physical play against her is no longer just tough defense or rookie treatment. It is starting to look intentional. Tension across the league is rising fast. Things are boiling over, and even players are beginning to clash, while the league office stays quiet. Critics say the leadership is failing to step in, and that silence is only making the situation worse. As a result, the image of the league is taking a hit at a time when it has more attention than ever. What happened on June 24th in the Fever versus Mercury game added even more fuel to the fire. During that matchup, Alyssa Thomas was involved in a highly controversial sequence against Caitlin Clark that sparked major debate. In that play, Clark ended up on the floor in a vulnerable position, and Thomas made contact that many viewers described as excessive and unnecessary. The moment escalated quickly, and has since become one of the most talked about incidents of the season, with strong disagreement over whether it was simply aggressive defense or went too far.
I didn't even know I was being suspended until 10 minutes before it was put on social media. We still have yet to hear anything from Kathy. It's no surprise. You could see what's being said on social media, and it's unfortunate, but as usual, she remains silent, and that's unfortunate when our lives are up here.
Where were the referees, and why was no whistle blown? That is the question fans everywhere are asking after this moment. Referee Jenna Schroeder was reportedly just a few feet away, with a clear and unobstructed view of the play. Cameras even appeared to show her looking directly at the contact involving Caitlin Clark. But no whistle came. No foul was called, and play just continued. For many viewers, this raised serious concerns. Some believe it was simply a missed call in a fast and chaotic moment. Others argue it points to a deeper problem with officiating consistency across the league. Either way, the incident has sparked major debate, with fans questioning how such a clear-looking play was not addressed in real time.
When we play Indy in the playoffs, same thing, but not to this extent. Our families are being threatened, kids are being threatened, people are sending racial slurs and all types of stuff. And, there's a difference between trolling and there's a difference between hatred. And the hatred that we're experiencing over a play that honestly was a complete accident. No one even knew it happened. It's just unfortunate. But, yeah, the league has to do better in this instance.
So what happens when fans across the league demand accountability for what they believe is dangerous and unfair play? The WNBA responds by giving Alyssa Thomas a one-game suspension. To many critics, that punishment feels extremely light, given the seriousness of the incident being discussed. They argue that in a league like the NBA, a similar action would likely lead to a much longer suspension, heavy fines, and possibly league-wide backlash from officials and media. This is where the conversation starts to grow beyond just one game or one player. Some fans feel the league is sending the wrong message, that overly physical or borderline dangerous plays will only be met with minimal consequences, and that could encourage more aggressive behavior instead of stopping it. At the same time, frustration inside and outside the league begins to rise. Players and fans are no longer just reacting online. They are speaking out publicly. One of the most talked about voices in this situation is Sophie Cunningham, who openly criticized the physical nature of recent games involving Caitlin Clark. She said the level of contact being allowed has crossed a line, and that if similar actions happened to other players, there would be much stronger reactions. Her comments gained attention because they came from inside the league itself. This was not just fan outrage or media debate. This was a current player publicly questioning how things are being handled. On the other side, Alyssa Thomas strongly rejected the accusations that the play was intentional. She described it as accidental and pushed back against how the moment was being portrayed online. She also expressed frustration with the criticism she received on social media, saying the situation was being exaggerated and misinterpreted. Her team and coaching staff also stood behind her. The Phoenix Mercury organization defended the play, arguing that people were reacting to short clips rather than the full context of what happened during the game. The coach dismissed the idea that it was a cheap shot, insisting it was being misrepresented by public opinion and social media reactions. But that defense did not settle the debate, it widened it. Critics began pointing to a bigger issue: trust in officiating and league leadership. Many fans questioned whether referees are consistently calling games the same way, especially in high-pressure moments. They also questioned whether enough is being done to protect star players in real time rather than after controversy builds online. This is where the discussion expands beyond one incident and becomes about the structure of the league itself, how it manages physical play, how referees interpret contact, and how quickly it responds when tensions rise. Another major talking point is Caitlin Clark's impact on the league. Her arrival has brought record-breaking attention, including massive television audiences, increased arena attendance, and a major boost in merchandise sales. Supporters argue that when a player has that level of influence, the league has a responsibility to ensure she is properly protected on the court, just as past leagues have adjusted rules to protect their biggest stars. That comparison often leads people back to NBA history, where the league eventually changed officiating standards during the era of Michael Jordan after teams used extremely physical defensive strategies against him. The argument being made is that leagues sometimes have to adjust when physicality starts to overshadow skill. Meanwhile, the WNBA finds itself in a difficult position, caught between defending competitive physical basketball and responding to growing public pressure for stricter control and clearer officiating. Inside all of this, opinions remain deeply divided. Some believe the situation is being overblown by media attention and fan emotions. Others believe it reflects a real and serious problem in how the league manages physical play and protects its players. What is clear is that this is no longer just about a single foul, a single suspension, or a single game. It has turned into a much larger debate about fairness, safety, leadership, and the future direction of the WNBA as its popularity continues to grow.